Hey guys, what's poppin'? In this tutorial I'm gonna be teaching you how to put your logos, your signs, etc. on your objects like this hat or your clothes like t-shirts or pants, etc. Let's get started. So here I just hide this hat and I go ahead with this A's logo. So the first step is adding a lattice to my scene. I press Shift A and I go for a lattice and I scale down by pressing S like that. And I go to the front view by hitting 1 on my numpad and I scale down in the Z-axis by pressing S and Z, and I just move it up by pressing G and Z, and I'm trying to fit it with my logo. I think that's fine, and I'm going to top view by pressing 7 on my numpad and I just move it like this. You can press G to move and S to scale, and after that press X, Y and Z to move or scale your objects in those axes. Yeah, I think it's fine. So I'm going to add some more resolution to my lattice by going to the object data properties and enter a high number like 25 for the resolutions of the U and V values or axes. And after that I just go to the edit mode by pressing tab and I go to the front view. I select all of the vertices that are in the bottom and I just add a new vertex group by hitting this plus button and hit assign. Now I've got that vertex group. So I go back to the object mode by pressing tab, and while the lattice is selected I hold shift and select my logo. Then I hit Ctrl P for parenting them and I choose object keep transform. Now if I select my logo and rotate it, move it, etc., the lattice will be moving with it as well. While my object is selected, I go to the modifier properties and I add a modifier that is called lattice. And I choose the eyedropper and I select the lattice as my object. Now if I just select the lattice and select any of these vertices and moving them, you can see the logo is interacting. And let's put it on my cap. I just select the logo, I press R, X and I enter 90 to rotate it 90 degrees in the X-axis, and I just hide my cap and I select the lattice. I go to the edit mode, I hit A to select every vertices of the lattice, and if I press G you can see everything moves with the lattice. So I just go to the right view and I move it like this. I move it here and I'm rotating it by pressing R, and I will be leaving it right here. Yeah, this is fine. I go back to the object mode, I go to the modifier properties and I add a modifier that is called shrink wrap. Now I just select the hat as my target object and it basically shrink wrapped all of the vertices of the lattice to the hat. But I just need to shrink wrap the vertices that I grouped them. So I choose that group as the vertex group of the shrink wrap modifier, and that is working like that. But it's not over, and the next step is duplicating this shrink wrap modifier, and this time I invert the vertex group. And now if I enter a value like 0.1 for the offset, you can see it gives it some depth, and I'm going to enter a value like 0.3. It's really good. You can see it in the object mode, it moves and it's working well. So a value like 0.3 for the offset of the second shrink wrap modifier will be good. And I just want to make the interaction more, so I enter a value like negative 0.02 for the first shrink wraps modifier offset. And yeah, that's it guys. I found this way the easiest and the most controllable way to shrink wrap your items on other objects. And I hope that you learned something useful from this tutorial, and don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the Patreon. Thanks for watching guys, wish you the best and stay tuned for the next. Goodbye.